Man, we got a show for you guys today. So first thing first, FMCSA, because of this 2015 act, they're allowed to raise the violations and citations, and when you get pulled over and get put out of service because of inflation, they are raising all of the violations. This story is going to be an interesting one. It looks like Louisiana and Mississippi is on the side of truck drivers, and for this holiday season until the end of the year, they're going to be pulling over people driving like nutsos around semi-truck drivers. What do you think about that one? Definitely gotta bring up this one right here. I'm not sure if it was a driver or a mechanic, but a worker, it says, was working under a trailer and the landing gear collapsed and the trailer crushed this person and they passed away. And everybody and their mama is wondering, what the heck happened in Houston? Why did a SWAT team and a K9 team have to force themselves to take out this truck driver from his cab? Was there something in his trailer? We'll get into that. What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Well, welcome to Mutha Trucker News. Email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. Let's start with the banger here. Of course, the FMCSA says that they have to increase the fines for trucker regulation violations, right? So basically, the FMCSA announced an increase in civil monetary penalties for regulation violations to go into effect December 28th of 2023 when the final rule is published in the Federal Register. According to the Federal Civil Penalties Inflation Adjustments Act of 2015, all federal agencies, including the FMCSA, must increase fines each year to account for inflation in order to maintain their deterrent effect. So below, you're going to see this right here. I'm going to put a screenshot so that you can see, but everything has gone up, right? Of course, nothing good that comes out of the FMCSA is either to give truck drivers money. It's always to extend and take more money from truck drivers, right? It says here, out of service order, existing penalty was $2,232. Now it's $2,304. You know, some of them really go up, you know, out of service, CMV, it goes $22,324 for maximum, now goes up to $23,048. So they're increasing all this because they say that they're allowed to, and it's inflation. Mutha Truckers, comment down below what your thoughts about this. This will go into effect tomorrow. Here's some more positive news for all the Mutha Truckers out there. So it looks like Louisiana and Mississippi are going to crack down on motorists driving around semi-truck drivers. So a lot of times people think that it's the truck driver's fault, but a lot of times it's the four-wheelers cutting off the truck drivers. So in Louisiana and Mississippi during this holiday weekend, it looks like they're going to be pulling over the four-wheelers, not the truck drivers. So, hey, I think that's a pretty cool thing, you know. Mutha Truckers, what are your thoughts about that? So this news right here is extremely tragic. There was a man working on a trailer full of water, working on his landing gear. When something happened, it collapsed and it just crushed him and he died from it. You know, it said a man working on his trailer. So we don't know if it was the driver or a worker, a mechanic from the business. I'll try to get more information when I can, but overall, just pray for this person, you know. Super sad. Never think something like this could happen, but you know, definitely just be safe out there. All right, Mutha Truckers, looks like a lot of people are sending me links about this right here, wondering what was going on in Houston when the SWAT team and K9 team had to pull out this truck driver, right? It says SWAT team pulls driver out of Big Rig after hours-long standoff on East Freeway. So what happened was shortly before 1 p.m., a deputy with the Harris County Sheriff's Office spotted what appeared to be a stalled 18-wheeler on the East Freeway near Freeport, the sheriff said. The deputy activated his sirens to investigate what was going on, thinking the driver may have needed some help, but the driver took off at a slow rate of speed. The deputy followed behind the slow-moving 18-wheeler for some time and noticed that it started swerving in and out of multiple lanes. The sheriff said at this point, other law enforcement officers joined the chase. At least 2 spike strips were used to disable the Big Rig, but the driver was able to keep going. He eventually came to a stop on the East Freeway at the Sheldon, where he refused to get out of the driver's seat. Shortly after 3:30 p.m., law enforcement used a device to pull the passenger door off the truck. That same device was used to rip apart the back of the cabin. That didn't faze the driver, who stayed positioned positioned in the driver's seat. SWAT then used K-9 officer to try and remove the driver. When that didn't work, a tactical team entered the big rig's cabin and pulled the driver out. The sheriff now said that he did not know why the driver refused to leave the big rig, but he appeared to be very impaired. Throughout the incident, the sheriff said that the driver continued to try and rev the engine. The sheriff said the container of the truck was checked and it was actually empty. Once the driver was taken in custody, the big rig was taken off the freeway and all lanes reopened. So still under investigation. People are thinking that something shady was happening in the trailer, but it looks like the trailer was empty. Not making an excuse for the driver, but definitely with hard times, it's hard to say what was really going on with this truck driver. Definitely something personal. Could have been a company situation, but overall, that's what happened, and that's the information we have right now. We sometimes don't get a chance to get personal, and I just want to check out your guys' mental health, man. How are y'all doing out there? I know the trucking industry is in a very tough position. Are you hopeful for the upcoming year? Are you saying, forget this, I'm out, I'm done trucking? It's too depressing and I'm calling it quits? Or are you sticking it out and saying, you know what, let me try and do this one more year? Mutha Truckers, where are you at? Where's your mind at? Are you able to still provide for your family with this occupation? While every other occupation is doing their best to work less hours, we're just fighting to try to work more hours and have the government leave us alone, right? And so I just wonder, where are you guys at? Where's your mental head? Where your space is? What you're trying to do? Comment that down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Trucking has done a lot for me and my family. Comment down below, what has trucking done for you? Right? As it helped you pay off some bills, pay off a house, pay off a truck. Do you feel complete knowing that you are a truck driver, or do you think it's a huge mistake? I'm just throwing everything out there, but I'm just checking in on you guys once in a while, see how you guys are doing. But I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening to the information. Just want to always try to give you the information without being biased. Sometimes I don't do a good job at that. Other times I do too good of a job of it, if you know what I mean. But overall, I love you guys. I wish you greatness, great health, and most of all, happiness. So, Mutha Truckers, comment down below.